Hey guys, Picture Contraptions here, and welcome to the first ever Nerf Maniac Monday. Today I'm going over 3D printing for Nerf. So, the first thing, I apologize for the background noise. We've got a lot going on, had a lot of rain, so you can hear my pumps going off in the background, trying to keep my studio from being flooded, so apologize for that. Let's get into the video though. Today I'll be going over what I've printed, my 3D printer, and these custom bullet darts. So let's get started with what I've 3D printed. Obviously that's the subject of the video. So we're going to start off with these custom matched set of hammer shots. And the most prominent feature on these hammer shots is the barrel shroud. Which brings me right off to my number one favorite thing about 3D printing. You can customize blasters however you want with custom barrel shrouds and the like when you have a 3D printer. So that's a big plus if you're into cosmetic modding of the blasters themselves. So these turned out well. They took about 45 minutes to print, and I've got a match set. Looks beautiful. So let's move on. A little bit more practical though for the Nerf game is a flashlight mount. This one took 20 minutes to print, and it goes right on the Nerf rail. If I were to put it on the strife, just slides on right up here. There we go. Bingo, it's on there. Take it off. And then the other thing I've built for custom gear is this video camera mount. It's got the camera in it, and then right here it's got the rail mount, and this is for a bolt that actually locks it on the rail, because I obviously don't want my $50, $60 camera falling off my Nerf blaster. That would be quite a problematic feature. Then next to it I have an Elite Alpha Trooper barrel attachment. This is one of the more complicated equipment pieces that I've 3D printed. It took about, I'm thinking it was 2 hours to 3D print this and another hour to clean up the insides from the strands left over. And it works really well for hooking Spectre barrel attachments onto the Alpha Trooper. Now the reason it's not on the Alpha Trooper today is we were looking at playing at an indoor arena for laser tag that allows Nerf, and that arena does not allow modified blasters in any way, shape, or form, so they have to be clean, they have to look like Nerf guns, they can't have these custom attachments on them, which really stinks. So if you play at a place like that and you're thinking about getting a 3D printer, it may not be worth it because the place you play at may not allow it, so the 3D printed parts. So be careful when you're doing stuff like that. Obviously I have other places that do allow them. One of the more practical things I've 3D printed is mag releases for strifes. These right here allow you to hit the mag release a lot easier, and it does drop the mag. This one is my brother's custom strife. I hope to have him on the show soon. He's got a beautiful all aluminum internal long shot that I'd like him to review for us. So hopefully he'll be up here one of these days. Now let's get into these darts. These are bullet darts. I ordered these from eBay. They were about $4 for 100. And they hurt. They really hurt when you shoot them. So I don't recommend buying these if you're going to be playing Nerf with them. And in case you don't believe me, take this hammer shot here. You can see it's loaded up with bullet darts, and this piece of paper. It's already got a few holes in it, but we're gonna. Oh, I didn't hold it well. There we go. Just shot straight through it. Bounced off, and then. Oh, that was a bad shot. There we go. Straight through it again. See that? Yeah, it'll go straight through double layers of paper. So these things hurt, and yeah, you don't want shot by these. Let's see if we can get a few more stuck in. Yep, that one went straight through. You see a hole there. Yeah, bounce. Straight through again. Straight through. Yeah, definitely don't want shot by these. They hurt a lot. So, that said, on to the most important part about these darts. Are they well made? They are extremely well made. You can see right here, this tip is not falling off anytime soon. I've had none of them break so far. I've used these multiple times just for test shots, and nothing's happened. So as far as their make, the tip is hardened rubber, so it's not your soft flexy Nerf tip. These are hard, so they hurt, as I said before. The foam is very dense, a little bit denser than Elite foam, but they're cool for cosmetic. That's about it. Now onto the 3D printer itself. My Trunksy X1 3D printer is what I use to print all of these parts. I'm not sure if I said it already, but the printer cost me $150. The filament cost me $20 per roll. So, and then you've got to ship it to you. So it's about a $200 initial investment to get a baseline 3D printer like this one. do I recommend getting a 3D printer therefore? If you're getting into Nerf right off the bat and you want to order one of these, I don't recommend it. There are many other things like upgraded flywheel components for your Strife that will help you a lot better in the long run. You can buy LiPo batteries instead of a 3D printer. You can probably get 4 or 5 LiPo batteries, upgraded flywheel motors, aluminum internal flywheel cage. You can get a ton of cool internal parts that'll help your gun function a lot more reliably than a 3D printer will ever help you do. So get your internal parts first, definitely is my first point. My second point is volume of parts you want to produce. I've got 6 parts here for a Nerf that I've 3D printed in about a year. Obviously for me it wouldn't be worth it to buy a $200 printer to 3D print 6 little parts like this one when I could have Shapeways mail them to me, for $6. I design it, send it to them, they send it back. It's made. I don't have to worry about getting a printer. Their quality is going to be good every time. And that's the other part. Your quality is not guaranteed with a 3D printer you own. If somebody, on the other hand, prints something for you and you're paying them to print, then they have to ensure the quality is good. So that's a very important part with 3D printing. And there's just a ton of noise going on in my house, and I have no clue why. So try to wrap this up very quickly so we don't get too much noise. Overall, I have the 3D printer though. I have it because I don't use it just for Nerf. I use it for airsoft equipment. I use it for repairs to everything from lamps to pens to printing custom lighter guns you've seen. I do custom stuff for motors. I've made cool toys with it. So it's a fun machine, and I do like the concept of having a 3D printer. It's just not the first thing I would recommend buying for Nerf. I would recommend buying internal components first, then making sure you have enough volume to make it worth owning a 3D printer versus having the parts shipped to you or buying them from somebody. There's a big difference between the quality of a 3D printer and injection molding, where you can get injection molded parts. I highly recommend getting the injection molded ones over 3D printed, because each one of these little lines in a 3D print is a possible weak spot in the print. So they're not going to be nearly as strong as a solid injection molded part. But overall, I enjoy having my 3D printer. I use it a lot for a variety of projects. So if you're like me and you have a ton of projects, you can write down like 200 projects you want to do with it, then it's probably worth it for you to buy one. Do I recommend this one? It's a great printer for the cost. There are better ones on the market now, so I would recommend checking out the current listings, and you can probably get one better than this. The technology is coming out so fast, it is ridiculous. And the price point will also drop, I predict, in the future. So it's totally up to you if you think it's worth it, but I don't recommend it if you're first starting out. I do recommend it if you have a ton of other projects for it. And overall, I enjoy mine. So that's Nerf Maniac Mondays for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. I'll be posting new content every Monday about Nerf. On Fridays, I post Lincoln Douglas debate comment, and throughout the week, I'll just post random how-to videos. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Patriot Contraptions, signing out.